Oh, it's you? Because I avoided you, like, and all the complex cases, like the plague. Yeah, Aggie's like, I don't know what I'm doing now, so much has changed. I'm like, no, you do. Because if we flip the whole surgery around, you could do it backwards as well.
Hi, it's Izabela again, 21D. Today I have Daralis with me. She's one of the nurses from our wonderful 21D nursing team. So, Daralis, how long have you been working for 21D?
So I started here last November, so just under a year.
Under a year, okay.
Just under a year.
And did you went fast or did you went slow? Is drugging?
Very fast, very fast. You get chucked in and you sink or you swim and you just, that's it. Then you're part of the family and...
Okay, so do you remember your first day? How much?
I do, yeah. Yes, I do.
So how was it? How was it horrible to you?
No, because I avoided you, like, and all the complex cases, like the plague. No, I remember it and it was very fast paced, but I learned a lot. And yeah, it was fun. I loved it straight away.
So I think you were like, you were kind of through on the deep end from the beginning. You didn't have as much training as the other nurses.
No.
And it's right.
Yes, it's my own fault for saying, yes, I've worked with implants before, and yes, I've done this and that. And...
So tell us what happened before 21D. What implant experience did you have?
Both places that I worked at before 21D, I did implant nursing. Not as busy as here, of course, but every Wednesday at the practice before, we did a full day of implants, single, nothing like what we do here again. And the time before that, we just had it in-house, well, sort of in-house, but he as well only worked one day. So just, yeah, single implants here and there, but I knew straight away that's what I wanted to do. I loved it.
So you work in a private dentistry, you did implants, right? Here is a life-changing for the patient. Did you have flowers and chocolate sent in to you like we have at the 21D every so often, or how was it?
It was life-changing, I'm sure, for them. Well, yeah. When patients find their teeth important, then yeah, it is life-changing, but nothing like here, no, nothing like here.
When you've seen the first surgery, did it scare you a little bit because it's all open, all teeth out, everything at the same day? It's not like one little tooth taking out, or you were cool about this?
I was cool about it, but it was a shock. I'd never seen anything like it before.
Would you go back?
No.
To the general dentistry?
No.
Why not?
It's not intense enough for me. Really, I think that's, yeah, it's not.
Not intense enough.
Yeah.
So you need stimulating.
Yeah, yeah.
How about some of the nurses were saying to me that you felt a little bit more empowered working here, that your voice is being listened?
Yes.
That's true. Do you find it the same?
Yes, that's probably one of my favourite things about 21D, that up at Big Birchwood it is nurse-led and we're in charge ourselves. And that is empowering, yeah.
So you're saying, you clinician Izabela, you go there, you have this and this to be done, patient is good, let's go, let's roll in, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that has happened actually.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so which part of the journey, of the patient journey, do you find it the most difficult for you? Is it any part that it's challenging for you?
I would say FCA. FCA is a challenge, more of a challenge for me because I'm not doing them regularly, and I know how important an FCA is.
Yes.
For the patient and for us data-wise. So that's
you're mostly based at the surgical hall, and you're doing surgery, okay. And what is like the most rewarding part? What
first comes to my head is LTP, but I do say to the patient on surgery day when they're really nervous, I'm like, this is a really exciting day. Today is like the real start of like a new life for you. So I think that's the most rewarding, the nicest day.
And how is it when it's this emotional roller coaster, so when the patient is not cooperating on the surgery, listening to you, it's taking the pulse oximeter off, the blood pressure goes high and low, and there's beeping monitors, beeps everywhere, and patient is choking. How do you manage this?
I would say to the patient, I'd let them know that everybody struggles. This isn't unusual for them to struggle at this part. We're talking to you like it should be easy for you, but we know that it's a struggle. And take as much time as you need. Everything will be fine. We do this every day. No one has ever left and not being happy in the end.
Not having prosthetic features, right?
Yes.
So I find it sometimes the patient are so scared. What if something's not gonna work? What if they're gonna open it, take my teeth out, and then I'm gonna be left without nothing? Did it ever happen?
No.
No, it's not much. It's everything is pre-planned, everything is guided, everything is thought through it well before, weeks and weeks before the patient's actually on the chair. Okay, so during the surgery, I would agree with Daralis. The nurses are the surgery is led by nurse. So there are two nurses always working during the surgery. So one is the chairside angel, which is looking after the patient, which is guiding through the surgery, making sure all the liquids are aspirated from the mouth, that the surgery is smooth as possible. And the other nurse, which the Daralis is doing as well, the other bit, we say back bit, when the nurse is helping the clinician. And I can tell you, there's such a big difference working with 21D nurses or looking back how it was in my past when the nurse is actually clueless, doesn't know what go. They literally go like this. Everything is given in my hands. I don't have to even lift up my head and look on the table. I've been giving everything at the right time in my hand. That's why the surgeries are so smooth. That's why the surgery are so quick as well. So yes, a big thank you to all the nursing team, because without you guys, we can't do anything. What we're doing, I sometimes call myself a human screwdriver, and that's all I have to do. I just screwing in and screwing out prostheses or the implants, and literally patient is fully managed by the nurse most of the time.
We don't just work as well without the lovely clinicians to work with.
Yeah. How do you find the whole team? How do you find kind of all the nurses? Because we have clinics all over the country, right? So one surgical hub in Birchwood, where you're mostly based, but we have the satellite clinics all over the country, north, south, west, and the other. And how do you find working with the other members of the team from the other things?
One thing about all the nurses, all the staff at 21D, I feel like everybody genuinely has the same drive. Everybody is like pushing all the time, and if there wasn't, it'd stick out like a sore thumb. So that's one thing I find working with everybody. It's just easy because everybody's got a real drive for what we do. So
what I can see, so we have the group chats on the WhatsApp. Different groups designed for different appointments, different purposes. And I can see if one nurse, for example, is struggling with something, the other nurse, which is one in Bristol, one in Birchwood, one in Carlisle, they jump in and they help, they're giving tips and they communicate it all the time. They basically, what Daralis said, they just care for each other, which is so sweet.
Yeah.
And that's why we can grow, that's why we can grow bigger, and that's why we can serve more and more patients. So thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
For coming and doing this interview.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.